What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and remember that Unison Warrior block format for Dragon Ball Fest? Yeah, that's gone. That last video didn't age well, and Bandai decided to kill the idea of this format for this one event. There's a lot of news, so I'm just here with a brief video to, brief you up on what's been happening and what are the changes for the upcoming Dragon Ball Fest event. But before we dive into this, hit that like and subscribe button. We are on our way to 500 subscribers when we're gonna have an awesome giveaway. Now let's check out these news. Alright, today we got the news that the Unison Warrior block format for Dragon Ball Fest is gone. And this is mostly solely because of the community reaction to the news that we're gonna have like this hard rotation format for this one event, and that's it. So Bandai went online and clarified some things. They said that the feedback was awful, and that due to the feedback this idea is being cancelled. So when you go to Dragon Ball Fest in March, you can play with any cards. It's a normal event, our one and only format. That's basically what happened. They were like, okay, we tried to test this idea, people weren't happy, it's gone now. But another thing that they've mentioned is that rotation. They've mentioned rotation, and this is big because it's not news to some that rotation isn't happening, but Bandai never really openly addressed the situation. They put in their trailers like all of these cards you can play them forever, but to my memory this is the first time that they have specifically addressed the issue of, the question regarding rotation. And what they said is basically there is never ever gonna be a rotation. So all of we might get a rotation, or maybe we can have some things rotating out in blah. All of these discussions are gone. Bandai straight out said we have never seriously discussed the idea of a rotation, and you will always be able to play with all of your cards. That kind of solves the entire, discourse about it. Now there is no possibility that we will ever get it, no point in bringing it back up. But what they did say is that this Unison Warrior format wasn't meant to test the idea of a rotation. It was just to help out new players, get more familiar with the game, because these are most recent cards, and to spice things up a bit. Because when you don't rotate the game, sometimes it can feel stale. So they were like, okay, let's have a fun event, let's spice things up a bit. It didn't work out. Yeah, it is what it is. And the last piece of news is, it's awesome, and it's regarding Best of One. Regarding Best of One, Bandai is going to test a new rule on this event, and from what I'm understanding is on all 256 in-person live events, they're going to test out this new Best of One rule, which is basically, well, you're gonna have a sideboard, and you get your pairings, you meet with your opponent, you show each other your leaders, and then you have 1 minute to sideboard cards in your deck, as if you would between games of best of 3. This is not a permanent rule change. This is just, we're going to use this event, if we can, to test this rule out. Is it going to matter? Yeah, this matters greatly, but is it actually going to get tested as much? I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so, I think that this event is going to be huge in the US, definitely. I'm pretty sure that you guys from the US will have more than 256 players on Dragon Ball Fest. But for Europe, we cannot get that many people, and unfortunately this is the rule that affects us the most, because all of our big events are online and it's always best of one. So I hope that Bandai reconsiders. They're like, okay, it doesn't have to be 256 people, live event, so that if we have some online events in Europe, and we probably will, regarding this Dragon Ball Fest tournament, that we can try out this rule and see how it goes, so that we can provide some feedback. But that's it for the news, and yeah, I feel pretty lucky that I didn't end up making a bunch of videos for this new format. I just made this horrible meme which became super irrelevant like 2 hours later. But yeah, what's gonna happen next is we'll talk a bit more about this best of one format change, not format, rule change, and how will it impact our format. And there is no point in waiting for the ban list to happen. I've been wrong twice now. So next week we're diving into decks, deck profiles or whatever. So that's all the news for today. Hope you enjoy them. Hope I've managed to brief you up. I will post the official post down in the description so that you can read the announcement yourself. And I'll catch you guys soon.